Okay, so my hair, I didn't do it again, but I'm off today because my birthday is in 2 days. So um, I decided to do the video on the same day that I uploaded. So, because normally I do it like a day or two before, but this cycle, I think taking the prenatal vitamins, the conception. I don't know which one. I think it's the conception is the one that's affecting this cycle. I don't know if it's the Geritol. I don't think so because that's just a multivitamin. But it's supposed to balance your cycle and stuff. So when I was saying last video how my cycle was, I don't think you count spotting as a part of your menstrual like actual cycles. That's at least what I read. Because I normally count my first day. Because normally the first day of my cycle is just spotting. Normally, I don't normally. But I was reading and they say to not, if it's spotting, that does not count as your cycle. So I guess, I don't know. I'm still going to count it on my first day. Because if any blood is coming out, that's a part of my cycle. I'm going to count it. But with this cycle, my peak came a day later than normal. Well, I don't know what normal is because I only did it twice before. But it came a day later. So normally, I can't say normally. The last two cycles, I ovulated. They say you ovulate like 24 or some hours after the peak. So last two cycles, I ovulated on cycle day 12. This time I ovulated on cycle day 13. And I kind of want to blame it on the fact that I was spotting for 3 days after my cycle. So that lengthened that part of my cycle, and then which then lengthened this. But I don't know, I would just lengthen it by one day. But they said the norm for ovulation for most women is between cycle day 10 and 14. So I was on the verge of being in the, you know, but at least I'm like, cause I don't know, I don't want to be right at the tip in the beginning because I don't think that's good. But yeah, I'm on 13 for this cycle. So I don't know why, but my cover line and my BBT spike didn't appear on my chart this cycle. I kind of want to blame it on the temperatures that I took in Vegas because those were super high. But then again, they said that if your latest, as long as you have 6 temperatures that are low and 3 that are high, then you should get it. Which I don't know why I haven't gotten it because today I got my third high temperature and it still didn't appear. So, because I'm 3 days post ovulation. So it didn't appear. So I don't know what's going on. And then I get to take my PDG test in 2 days, start doing those for 7 days post. Okay, then this is the thing. So I was reading the group and I was hearing, I was reading and I saw one of the administrators of the group because they give feedback and comment and answer your questions and stuff. This lady, she couldn't tell. I had the exact same incident as her, and I decided to ask again just to make sure. I saw her ask because she said her LH increase happened. Well, I'm just saying for mine because I don't know exactly what hers was, but mine, I had my LH increase at like not at midnight, but like at 10 o'clock on cycle day 11, I think. And then when I tested again, it was the weekend, so I could do it. When I tested again, it like midnight. No, it was like close to 1. It went higher. And then when I tested again, it like 5 o'clock in the morning, I think. I think it went. It was still high, but it went down a little bit. So then the chart labeled the one after midnight, like 1 o'clock, is my peak. So then I asked the group. I was like, because I saw somebody tell another person this. I said, would I count? Because it's 7 days post peak is when you're supposed to do your PDG test, and you want to do it right because you want to have at least 3 out of the 4 positive, with 10 days post peak being your most highest, your most positive, because that means you ovulated successfully and strong. So I said, so would I count cycle day 11 or 12 as when I start doing the 7 days post peak? And she said that I would count the first positive. So that would be cycle day 11. So, it technically, if my peak was on cycle day 12, 7 days post peak will be the 12. But they're saying it's your first positive, so it really should be 7 days post positive, not post peak. So I'm gonna just do it the way they said it because they're the ones who work for that. So I'm gonna do it in 2 days because I had my first positive 5 days ago. So I'm gonna do that, and then this cycle we did, I think the same thing as last cycle. We used pre-seed the day before my LH peak. So when I saw it getting darker, I went ahead and we used pre-seed. We used it on the day of the peak, and then we used it on ovulation day. So also with my peak, this cycle it was lower. My peak didn't go as high as the last 2 cycles, which made me panic. So I looked it up, and they said that it doesn't, as long as you have a peak that is not, it was still above 1, so it's not, it doesn't affect you ovulating. But I did notice, so my peak was lower this cycle. It was 1.18 versus last cycle 1.62, and the one before that 1.5. I don't really count the one before that, the 1.5, because I don't know if that was a real cycle after my birth control or not. So I'm really not really looking at that chart to, you know. But so my peak was lower for the easy at home test, the first strips that I got before buying those other ones. But the easy at home strips are uh, qualitative strips. So basically, with these strips, the test compared the color intensity of the test line to the color intensity of the control line. So it's just comparing the lines, the darkness of the lines. And sometimes the control line, I guess depending on the LH in your urine, the control line may be lighter than the test line because it's, I guess, trying to control, which is not really a control line. But that's what that is. So that one was lower this cycle around. But the pre-mom test, which is the second ones that I bought later on with my second cycle chart, those were actually higher than the last cycle. So, and that one is a quantitative test. So, which means it quantifies the LH levels, which means it shows you exactly what your levels are. So, like the milliliters, like it does that. So, and the control line does not change; it stays the same. So I don't know. I guess that's a good thing because it's more. Um, I ain't gonna say accurate. It's just more. It actually tells you your LH levels. So that's why it hardly ever changes when somebody messaging me. So that's why it hardly ever changes when you're not at your surge. So I know last cycle after I had my LH peak, it just stayed at 2.5. It just stayed at 2.5. This round, the last 2-3 days, it's been at 2.5. The other one, the qualitative one, is fluctuating. So I need to do some more research into that. So that's pretty much it. Another thing I may, cause the EU Natural, I think that's the brand of the conception. They also have some other vitamins with DHA and FSA. I think something like that. Probably said it wrong backwards, but I might buy those. I don't know because those are $30. I just bought a new bottle of conception because I think I only have like 5 or 6 pills left. But I may look into some vitamins, buying some new vitamins, but I need to really look into that like deeply before I just go buying stuff. And then they said something about to eat pineapple. I said to eat pineapple like the day of your ovulation or something. I don't know, but that can't hurt because I like pineapple. So yeah, but next video I will be done with my PDG test. So we'll see if this cycle confirms successful ovulation. Keep doing my BBT to see if I finally get that cover line and spike. And I'm gonna keep doing the LH test just because to keep busy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching.